Just a continuation of us doing the things that we've been practicing. That's all. Just working on the things that we've been working on. Timing of the offense, executing on defense, rebounding the basketball. Just those things. Just slow progress of getting better.
Has it been? You got a lot of holdover from last year, from the last 2 years, but with such a major piece as your name, you got some guys who've known your system for 3-4 years. Some guys have very important pieces 3-4 days. Like, how do you manage that?
Well, just repetition. You just do it over and over and over again. And Jermaine's smart enough basketball player; he'll pick it up. And we don't do anything different than other teams. You just call it a little bit different. You just do situational things a little bit different. But at the end of the day, it's still basketball. And if you know how to play, a lot of stuff you figure out. And so he's slowly learning what we're doing, the terminology and stuff. But we got time for him to learn it. So I'm not overly concerned about that.
Most teams going to the preseason got 16, 17, 18 guys. You got 12 guys back-to-back right off the start.
I know.
Back-to-back coming. Is there a concern about what the kind of...
Well, yeah, because the concern is, like I told our coaches, we obviously we want to monitor Jermaine and CB minutes, but I got to monitor Andre and Chris Humphrey minutes too. We got to monitor everybody minutes, and especially with Joy being out, it just makes it a little bit more different. But we managed so far to get through training camp with the numbers that we've had, and we just may play guys. They still may play 20 minutes, but they just be shorter spurts. So you won't see any guys playing 8, 9 straight minutes, but 5, 6 minute spurts, and we sub just to try to keep them all fresh.
Should you guys get up to speed a little faster? Because everyone is going to have
Well, conditioning-wise, you should. Yeah. Well, they should be getting in shape because just for the sheer numbers.
What's the right number of exhibition games?
I don't know. You know what? I think you can play as much 8. I don't know. That's a tough question.
Does it change every year? Like some years.
Well, some teams play 7. I think you got to at least play 7, though. I think. So, it just depends.
But doesn't it depend on the character of your team? Some years you might.
Well, if you got a veteran team, if you're San Antonio, Detroit, do you need? Yeah, those guys, they pretty much know each other, know what they're doing. And if you're a young team, you want as many as possible.
And the dynamic of training camp, does it change when you start the game in terms of time management?
No. As a coach, no. You got to make sure you get your, we're not going to alter practice for a preseason game.
Your number one goal is to keep everybody healthy.
Well, yeah, keep everybody healthy, but continue to get your work in on things you got to get better in. We're not going to take shortcuts for a preseason game. Obviously, we want to win every game. But it's things that we're not going to overlook things because we got a preseason game. Because if it don't count on your regular season record, then it don't count.
Is there a number of minutes you got in mind for?
With the numbers we got, everybody's going to have to play about, 24, 25 minutes a game. So.
Are you curious yourself to see how Jermaine looks against another NBA team?
No, I've seen him play for 13 years. I played against him enough to where I feel pretty confident he can play.
But you have to be, obviously part of the process here is getting him to integrate with Chris.
Yeah. Well, that's going to happen in time. It's going to happen in time. It's not going to happen in 4 days. It's just going to take time.
But will it give you a sense of where you're at, either in the process?
Well, I'm not focused on that. I'm just focused on what we're doing as a team. Where are we? Are we doing the things that we've worked on thus far? Those are the things. Jermaine and Chris got the entire preseason, and everybody has to figure out how they're going to play with each other and get better at doing that. And every day it gets a little bit better.
Well, he's the biggest new piece, I guess.
Yeah.
Right? So, you will be.
Well, my main thing about Jermaine is making sure he just continue to get a little bit better every day. His conditioning, his stamina, getting him back used to playing basketball. He's going through every practice every day. And, we'll monitor how he feels. Obviously, some days he's going to be a little sore, like all our guys. It's not just Jermaine. And I told our players, at any point during the season, if we got guys on our team that need a day off, we're going to give it to them. Whether that's Andre or Chris Humphries, whoever it is, because, it's going to be times where they're going to need it. It's not just going to be Jermaine and CB. It's going to be Jose sometime. It's going to be Anthony Park. It's going to be whoever.
ideally, do you want the other teams to use their best guys against you in these exhibition games?
Yeah, I don't waste my time staying up at night worried about what the other coach is gonna do. I mean, it ain't gonna matter anyway. You know, the guys gonna play totally different between the exhibition season and the regular season. It never fails. So, I've seen guys get 30 points exhibition games. I've seen great players go out and go 1 for 15, and then opening night come, they light you up for 40 because it's for real. It's just a level of those guys, veteran players are just trying to get through the exhibition season without getting hurt.
Do you believe anything you see?
What's that?
Do you
No.
believe anything you see?
Not one single thing. No. Young players you can, because they're trying to make an impression. Veteran guys, no. They're not focused, they're not concentrating, they're just, they're out there just. So the thing as a coach, what you try to tell them is that, look, for the minutes that you play, go hard, focus, and, but telling them that and them actually doing it for the whole exhibition season, yeah.
Mario last year he kind of showed a little bit.
Well, young players, because they're trying to make an impression. But the older players, they're just trying to get through healthy.
Where does a guy like Andrea fall in that equation?
Well, for Andrea, it's just, to me, it's another practice. It's another day to get a little bit better. And he's still a young player. Where does he fall in? Young player.
So you expect him?
Well, this is going into his 3rd year. So I expect him, Jamario, Chris Humphrey, all our young players to go play. The veteran players, they got more of a track record. But the young players, it's a little bit different for those guys.